Hi, welcome back to the Honoring Latina. Oh my goodness. Our topic today is all going to be on being politically wrong. Okay, the liberals want to be politically correct, but I think in doing so, they are making complete asses out of themselves. For example, when you talk about religion and stuff like that, anybody that supports the Muslim religion and Sharia law really supports a very barbaric religion. Any religion that hurts people or injures people or kills people in the name of God, it's really not much of a religion. But I mean, when we first started out in our Christianity, when Christianity was a baby, before it evolved into like this billion-dollar business. Non-profit, right, Bill? Anyway, before all the priests start saying you have to give us 10% of your money so we can rape your kids in the Catholic Church. No, I'm sorry, that's just so wrong. But you know, it happened and it was covered up. It's kind of like how the Bush administration covered up the sex slave rings, and of course, you know, Papa Bush wasn't all that innocent himself. But no, we're going to be politically correct. Let's be politically correct about everything here, because we're going to put this on the books. In doing so, wasn't the KKK starting with the Democratic Party bill? They did. That's what I heard. Rumor had it is that the Democrats, you know, started as the KKK. They were the Ku Klux Klan. And in doing so, they also started with the abortion. And the reason why is they wanted to delete population. It was that Sanger bitch that wanted to, like, get rid of all the poor kids. And so this was a way to kind of help the population, like, not procreate, because she didn't like black people. So she was a bigoted bitch. The Planned Parenthood, that's supposed to be a good thing, was to get rid of black children. That's really where it started. She didn't think the Negroes were should procreate. Yeah, and so she was a bitch. And then we had the other bitch, Eleanor Roosevelt, who enslaved my Puerto Rican mother. Oh my God, can you imagine that? I mean, she made my little mom pick in the fields for her friends working for free, and they chopped her little hair off, and she didn't get to speak to her parents for 3 months, and it was called fresh air. I mean, can you imagine that? Like, taking all these little kids out of their houses and just like instead of getting your illegal Mexicans, you just use your children. I mean, come on. And the parents worked in the factories. I mean, come on. And the reason why we have labor unions and laws is because of, like, fucked up people like Eleanor Roosevelt. But she goes down in the history books. Doesn't she go down as a hero? I mean, certainly there's a lot of people like Betsy Ross and different people. They deserve to be a hero. I mean, it's great that you can sew a freaking flag, right? And you're something great. But like, if you got a mouth like the Henri Barriqua, you're gonna go down in the history books as being a freaking bitch. But you know what? Back in the day of Christianity, when it was a baby, like, if women like were even thought about like using herbs, not even like smoking pot, but just herbs, just to heal certain ailments, right? They were known as witches. And if you like even looked at somebody else's man, they'd be like, oh my God, she is coming on to so-and-so because she's not married or whatever. And they would actually burn women. Didn't they burn women, you know, for being accused of being witches? They burn these women. So it makes those Muslims, like, you know, like, I mean, like, the Muslims are like back there, you know, in that range. It was a long time ago, but we evolved since then. And this happened in where, Massachusetts? Okay, where
I wonder if they'll burn Elizabeth Warren.
Will asked, he wondered if they would burn Elizabeth Warren. You'd like that, Bill, wouldn't you? Well, we think Elizabeth Warren's a witch, so maybe she needs to go. She's gotta go. No, I'm kidding, Elizabeth. We love the fact that you put more regulation on the for-profit schools, and you drove a lot of professors out of jobs, and you're causing a lot of problems, and you're stupider than shit to be politically correct, right? Because, you know, politically erect. I mean, you know, our country is just getting the big bend over and just like taking it up the ass because of people that have their, does she have a law degree? Well, anyway, we have too many lawyers running the country. That's the problem. Although some lawyers are good, they protect people's rights. Like, for example, they protect people from being injured. They protect people after they were injured. And so we have laws, like immigration laws, to protect people from being slave labor. Like, you know, so like we can't have people like Eleanor Roosevelt exploiting little kids and having them work for nothing. Of course, you know, unfortunately, countries of communism are the people that want to come here the most. I mean, you know, you don't see society's best coming over our border. You see society's starving, society's worst. So on that note, I really feel like, you know, we've just completely went the wrong way. And because we're raising a culture of kids that believes anything goes, and really quite the opposite. If you have anything goes, you don't really have much of anything. And I guess that's the moral of the story. Guys, food for thought, be politically right instead of politically wrong. And that's the difference between us and Democrats.